Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Of course, we are not
Hello, everybody.
on time, nor are we ready to record the show quite yet. We're still thinking of some.
We're never on time.
We're pretty much almost done, though. After this, we're done pretty much. So, yeah.
You're gonna have to export the document to PDF and send it to me
I don't have
because Google's.
a.
Oh wait, no, look. Oh, there it is. I'm back. Well, except I don't see all your edits.
I see you. So
All I see
anybody
is
in the
tier
live,
one.
anybody that's, I don't know if we have any viewers. Honestly, I need to check. But anybody that's there, I'm gonna check in a second. We're doing a tier list for the next week's weekly poll where you have to choose 5 coasters with $15, and we already have we have Fury, El Toro, Skyrush, Steel Vengeance, Voyage for the first tier, and Timmy 305, Ravine Flyer 2, Millennium Force, Phantom's Revenge, and X2 for the tier 2. Twister, Knobles, Thunderbird, Cannibal, Apollo's Chariot, and Switchback and CDTs in the tier 3. And we're at tier 4 right now. So tier 4 is like, as you can tell, we're getting progressively not as exciting. Like it's like Steel Vengeance, Fury, El Toro, blah blah, like big rides, and then it's like and Timothy 305, Ravine Flyer 2, Mystic, like it's really good still. And then it's like Twister, Thunderbird, Cannibal. So we're getting like progressively less exciting and less like major thrill rides and major like most intense crazy rides out there. And we're getting we're kind of getting progressively worse as the coasters go. Like tier T3 is in the tier 5 category right now. I don't know if we're gonna keep it there. That's kind of a joke. I don't know. I don't know anybody that's gonna choose that. Well, I do know maybe one person, but um, oh man,
Your video froze for me. I don't know if it's froze for them.
it's not. I use a different camera, so
All right. So why am I not seeing tier two, tier three, tier four? I don't
it's a
understand.
good question. It's a great question, actually. One of the best questions I've ever heard.
Can you see my cursor?
Where's your cursor? No, I don't see it right now. I see it like up. Yeah, I see it. It's at the date now. Now it's at the introduction.
Did you see that? Did I
Yeah,
write?
I
I
saw.
wrote
Yeah, I
test.
saw that.
What? How? What? How's that? How's that happen?
I don't know. Try
You
reloading.
might want to, huh?
Try reloading.
You might want to copy that because it looks like it's possible that you were actually having, like, Google was really having issues and it didn't save those changes.
Shit. That's exactly what just happened. Oh no, they're back. Never mind. You're
Well,
right.
copy them and paste them somewhere locally because I still don't see them.
Shit, I'm just gonna take a picture of it because I don't know what's going on with Google right now. Like I can't copy and paste. Oh no, it's there. They're there. You're not there now though. What's going on?
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not. I don't see you on my screen anywhere. Oh, now I don't see your name in the top corner, but I see your cursor still. This is weird. Try doing a. Can you see my other writing? Like I'm at the RCDB thing right now.
Do you see me type that?
Yeah, I saw that. It's being really slow.
I still don't. All I see is tier one and nothing else
Did you
is.
reload?
Yeah, twice.
It's there. Um, I don't know.
There we go. It just popped up. Why is there only three for tier four?
We're still thinking about tier 4.
Oh, I think. Oh, okay.
My audio's low. I can turn my audio up then. Hello. Is my audio should be getting louder now. Hey. Should be good now. And I wasn't. I might not have. I don't think I had to do it. I was talking into my mic. So. Um. Let's try. I don't know what else to put in tier 4. I'm trying to think. Um.
Ninja.
That might be too good of a ride, honestly. That's better than Racer, Merlin's Mayhem, and Impulse.
I think it fits because it'd be cheaper.
But you could also say like
think it'll
Vortex at
work.
Carowinds, Vortex at Canada's Wonderland, and that's like one of my favorite rides. I love Vortex. I would 100% choose that.
Well,
How about next week we
it's
try?
easier to say Ninja
Next week we
because there's other vortexes.
next week we'll do. We should do like a European version of this too, because I feel like we have some audience in the Europe, and I would feel kind of bad if we're like, hey, you guys don't get any choice. And then Americans love to talk about the European rides because they're new and exciting. So.
Oh, I know. There we go. Although maybe that's a tier 5.
Sierra Sidewinder
No.
at Hershey.
Yeah.
It's Sierra Sidewinder. I thought.
Output. No, it's not. It's just called Sidewinder at Hershey.
I always thought it was. Oh, Sierra Sidewinder's at it's in like Knott's Berry Farm. Actually, it's a lie.
Oh, that's actually a good.
I mean, we really could just put any boomerang then. Whoa, holy no, that's not a tier 5 ride. Are you kidding me? Holy that's a no. People love that ride. That's like a tier 3, if anything. That's a steal. That would be $1 to buy that. That's a steal right there, my friend.
All right, then make it tier 4.
I even hesitate doing that. That's like we have Racer, Merlin's Mayhem, Impulse, Ninja, and then Montezuma's Revenge. We have Impulse, then Ninja. Please don't put that in tier 5. Oh my god. This is such a weird list now. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Because we're supposed to. I originally thought it was gonna be like elite coasters to bad, and now we're just doing like cheap, and we're considering the prices too. That's a lot more complex.
It's not bad coasters. It's small coasters.
When I first thought we were doing this, I said elite to good to bad. Like that was my idea of what we were doing, because that's what the original, like the keep elite, like that was ranking your coasters kind of. It wasn't like making your. We've already done an ideal like top 3 before. We've done that kind of thing before. Like the family coaster, the thrill coaster, and then like the middle kind of. I feel like this list is gonna be people are gonna be like, wait, Merlin's Mayhem and T3 are in the same. Like that doesn't make why are they in the same tier? Like,
I don't think T3 should be there. I was like, you're the one that said, oh, we'll put it in tier 5.
Yeah, because I thought we were doing bad rides there. I guess we're not. So yeah, I'll just do that. I still think.
And T3's not a bad ride anyway.
It's an awful ride.
And I think we should add Railblazer to tier 4.
We're just gonna do this then. I just don't see Montezuma's Revenge is just too good to be in that tier. I wasn't down for that. That's not what I thought originally we were doing. So that's why I'm like.
That's what this whole thing has been. When everybody has posted it to Twitter and like everywhere else that I've seen it, everybody has gone on cost factor.
Whenever I see it, it's best to worst. Like when you do, like when the NBA players do it, it's always like the best players to the worst players. Like this guy sucks. He's in the tier 1. That's why you can easily just pick him up for $1, or you can pick Larry Bird, who's the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, or you can pick Michael Jordan. Like it doesn't matter. Like,
I don't know. I've never seen it with sports. For everyone that I've seen for theme parks, though, has all been based on cost.
I've seen a couple of theme park ones too. I don't remember it being based on cost. I just feel like it's too weird of a list to be like putting Railblazer into like everyone's gonna choose like it's like it's not like I can already foretell what everyone's gonna pick if they put Railblazer there. Like everyone's gonna just pick. They're not gonna pick Twister. They're not gonna pick Ninja. They're not gonna pick Impulse. They're not gonna pick. No one would be
But
like.
it's not about just picking that. They might choose
But if it's $2,
multiples
if
of
it's
those.
$2 and you have $15, you have the option to do that. Like everyone is going to choose Railblazer. It's not going to be like a
You could buy Racer, Impulse, Ninja, and Twister. It's all about spreading that around. You could get more coasters.
I agree it's about spreading it around. But the thing is, I think all the other rides are going to get neglected in the tier 1 and tier 2 categories if you have such an elite coaster in it. Like they're going to originally go for Railblazer and then they're going to go go up to the top and then they're going to go
I'm done
Railblazer's
arguing
down.
about this. Like this is just getting ridiculous.
I don't understand how. I feel like we never can see eye to eye with stuff. This is crazy. I don't understand how you don't understand that. Like, yes, they might pick other tier 1 and tier 2 rides, but it's not. But the go-to thing is going to be Railblazer every time. Everybody's going to have Railblazer on their list probably because it's so cheap and it's already like it's such a big coaster that yes, they might spread the wealth around everywhere else, but they're going to choose. Everyone's going to choose Railblazer as one of their rides because it's so inexpensive and it's such a good ride. That's why I'm trying to say like we should put it in an order where people don't like they have to go. I guess a Ninja's better than Grizzly or whatever. Or oh yeah, I like Sidewinder better than Merlin's Mayhem. Like that. Those I guess can make a little bit more sense. See, now we're trying to. We both have different mindsets in this too. I was thinking it was just based on how good the coasters were, and now you're talking about like trying to make a collection, like a well-rounded collection that's inexpensive too. Like I didn't think that's what was going on. So
I mean, if you want to do just best to worst, you might as well just say, hey, what are your favorite 5 coasters from this list? I mean, because you're going to get the same thing. That's the whole point of this is try to get people to think of it in a different way, not try to think of it as, oh, this is the best coaster. Like, this is what I want.
I know.
That's why you put it in a different format.
But I think
get people to think of something different than like, oh, this is my favorite coaster.
I can't. Can we just please not put Railblazer in the tier 4? That's all I'm asking because I don't think it belongs.
I don't. That's fine. Fine.
All right, that's all I'm asking for. You don't have to get so agitated. What else? Tier 4. I don't know. You can just choose. I don't really care anymore.
I don't.
Just,
how about hold on, what's it called? Mamba.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, sure. I don't. Yeah. How about Steel Eel?
Okay, that's fine.
I feel like that's.
We just haven't really put any in Midwest. I don't think we have any coasters in the Midwest. So. Yeah. Either one's fine though.
I mean, we can go back and take something out like Switchback and put something else in or something in the Midwest.
Oh, that's fine. No, because then I mean we don't have a whole lot in Texas anyway. Well, it's fine.
We just do like Time Traveler in tier 3 or something instead of Switchback.
I like having Switchback in there though. I think that's fine. That's fine.
Cannonball's in Utah. That's in Midwest. We got Cannonball. We're good. And we have Thunderbird and Voyage. Those are both in Indiana. I think we're all right there. Just tier 5s then.
Oh. Let's see. Invader.
Yeah. We already have Grizzly though. I feel like that's 2 wooden coasters in Virginia. It's kind of like almost the same kind of thing. Maybe like Wooden Warrior,
Oh, Blue Streak.
Cognac Lake Park.
Yeah.
I don't want to get an argument over this, please, but I've just heard, other than you, I've heard some very negative things about that ride, and I don't want to get into it, but I'm just saying, maybe
It's
I'm.
tier 5 anyway.
I guess I still. So are we gonna go? I don't really know what's happening now. Are we going off of cost? Are we going off like? Are we? I don't know. We can do that. Whatever. I don't want to get in arguments. So there. Let's just do. There we go. All right.
So what we need? What, one more?
Yeah, for tier 5.
Holodog Express for Timmy.
Did Timmy say Holodog Express?
Huh? No, I said Holodog Express for Timmy.
Did Timmy like Holodog Express? Oh, because he likes Holodog.
Ooh.
Forgot.
Yeah. Wait, no. What's it called? Hold on.
Phoenix. Just kidding. That's a joke. If we're going by cost, that probably would be.
Wild West Express.
Wait. What is that?
Zamperla Windstorm.
Oh, at Adventure Park USA?
Yeah.
I don't feel like enough people even know what that ride is. Like, they might actually have to look it up. They might not even. Because, like, not even I. Only reason I know about it is because we talked to the guy from Adventure Park USA. Like, I mean, I know, like, I knew about the park, but, like, I didn't know what the actual ride was until, like, he showed his photos and stuff. I was like, oh, it looks so cool. I feel like a lot of people might not choose it just because of, like, blind ignorance, not because, like, it's a good ride or not. I don't even know if it's a good ride or not.
It's unique. Let me think.
You could put another kitty, maybe like Kentucky Flyer. And we already have 2 small GCIs. I mean,
It's a gravity group, no GCI.
yeah, it is, yeah.
But
we already have Switchback, which is
still point still valid. Actually, we have 3 gravity groups on there.
I mean, it doesn't matter technically the manufacturer, but like they're kind of similar.
Oh, hold on. Let me look it up.
Didn't have to be so complicated.
Joker Funhouse coaster.
What the? It's like the same thing. I don't even know what this is.
It's a chance.
This is a kiddie coaster, though. It's 900 feet long. That's a kiddie coaster. I'm sorry. And it has like no elevation. It goes 20 miles an hour. We could put a mine coaster though. That's a good. We haven't put any. We could put a mine coaster. What's a good mine coaster? Like that's a good thought actually.
Deer Creek Mine Ride.
Oh, that's the worst mine coaster. We should put like what's the one at Great Adventure? You haven't been a good admission. There's one over Georgia. Did you like that one?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it though.
Let's just do the Carolina Gold Rhine or whatever. Okay, Carolines. That's a good one.
Oh, we could do Skull Mountain.
That is, I think, too good of a ride. A lot of people love that one. I didn't think it was that good, but for some reason there's like a weird.
Yeah, I
feeling.
didn't realize that was an Intamin.
Yeah, people overset. Like I know a lot of people that obsess over that. They think there's like a whole culture behind that. Let's just put Gold Rush. All right, there we go. I think Gold Rush is not as liked. Like it might not be as popular as.
Oh, actually. Does Tivoli. All right. Works.
You ready? Final.
Yeah.
All right.
What other two lies here?
You gonna respond to the poll, or are you just gonna go off your?
Hmm.
Are you gonna put your response to the poll down there, or do you just wanna just list out a bunch?
No, not that.
Try to do ones you haven't talked about on the show before too, because I'm trying to think of ones that like I've talked about Twisted Cyclone a couple of times. You've talked about. I knew you were gonna bring those up. That's hilarious. You just basically said front on all steel, and then all the coasters I listed off in the back are steel coasters.
I said as a rule of thumb, and then I'm listing exceptions.
Yeah. I just think back in general.
Well, okay.
I don't really. Even with steel, I think we talk about that on the show though. I'm not trying to, and again, I'm not trying to discredit you. I'm just saying, like, for me, my rule of thumb. Like, I'm just saying that's interesting. I'm having a really tough time thinking of a
Oh wait,
in the front.
That's right. We're doing Audacity again, huh?
Yeah, I think that'd be the best.
All right, hold on. I gotta turn my air off.
That sounds funny. Let me just turn my ear off. Boy, oh boy.
right. Get Audacity open.
I'm excited about Firebird tomorrow. I just realized that I was doing that.
Oh, God. Not riding that with you.
I guarantee. Well, me and Timmy are both gonna get off and be like, that was all right.
Testing audio. Why is it so low? What the heck? Test, test, test.
Oh man, we really need to start marketing our show. Our live streams are at 10 o'clock, pretty much. 9 o'clock is.
It doesn't matter. We're at 10.
Yeah, exactly. Then it'll be 12. Then it just end up being Saturday. I mean, Friday. Maybe Saturday, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna test my audio real quick too. Do I have your permission?
No. Why is all of a sudden? Why is my input level so low?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coaster Talk. Mine is too. That's really weird. Oh, I just haven't turned my volume up though.
All right, sorry, live stream, if we get loud for a second.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coaster Talk Podcast. My name is James Barber, and this is episode number 90 of the show.
91.
It's an exaggeration.
Anything. Testing.
I'm testing the audio for my show.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing.
This is a podcast about roller coasters and rides. All right, that's good.
And sometimes
this is a
the parks
podcast
that
about
they're in.
roller coasters and rides. And what? Sorry.
And sometimes the parks that they're in.
Roller coaster. My bass is like really low. This is a podcast about roller coasters and thrill rides, where we talk about some cool doodly doo dots and their da-da-da-das. Don't you agree, Bob?
Doodly doo dots.
This is a podcast about roller coasters and thrill rides, where we talk about some cool doodly doo dots and their da-da-da-das. Don't you agree, Bob?
Like try to respond with some noise, but my mind doesn't work like that for some reason.
All right, are you pretty much ready?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. The waveform doesn't seem... Well, I guess it's there. All right. You can deal with it.
Yay!
Why can't I do Control A and hit delete?
Good question.
If I do Control A, it highlights everything, but then when I hit delete, it doesn't do anything. But if I highlight it all with my mouse and hit delete, it deletes it.
All right, you ready?
Makes no freaking sense. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
It makes no sense.
All right.
Oh, wait, I don't have my glasses. That's why my eyes hurt.
All right. Here we go.
I can see
clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see obstacles in my way. And now we get copyrighted again. All right, you ready?
I think so.
All right, I'm going.
3, 2.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Coaster Talk Podcast. This is your source for everything roller coasters. It is episode number 91 of the show. It is September 24th, 2020, and I think, Bob, we probably talked about all of the news last week.
Yeah, we ran out. We hit the end. We reached the end of the internet.
I'm James Barber.
And I'm Bob Mertz.
And I do. I don't know what happened, but I think we've run out of industry news because last week we were talking about, there's so much news coming out, so much great stuff to talk about. And I think we used up all our good luck and our good fortune on last week's show because, man, we had to scavenge.
Yeah, but sometimes no news is good news, especially with some of the news we had last week. So
yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's good we have a break here.
That is a true good point. And we still have a couple of news stories to talk about here in the first half of the show. First,
we scrounged the course of the internet trying to find stuff to talk about.
Some of this isn't even really news. It's just discussion and rumors.
Coaster.
Yeah.
Film at 11. That's not that bad, but
it's definitely not that bad. The first one being for Virginia enthusiasts or nearby enthusiasts near Virginia might be very exciting news. Actually, some very good news. A lot of you probably heard about this though, if you follow along with the Virginia theme parks.
I probably assumed as well.
Probably, yeah. We've also kind of talked about the fact that it was most likely going to happen. A Halloween event is happening at Busch Gardens Williamsburg for 2020, so this isn't canceled. A lot of people are thinking maybe a Hallowscream would be canceled. So it's not Hallowscream, which a lot of people were thinking they might still just do Hallowscream, but it's not. It's actually a new form of a Halloween event called Halloween Harvest. And good news, a lot of people that were speculating about Apollo's Chariot and Tempesto opening, that was true. A lot of the testing that was going on most likely was for those rides to be open now. So that was true. I didn't want to fully say that just because they're testing that, because it could have easily been like maintenance or something like that. But those people that speculated were right. So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff going on. You got scare actors, you got like trick-or-treating, you got the Sesame Street Forest of Fun's back open. You got a lot of cool stuff going on, and I think as well some bar and brew options as well. So they're keeping that theme of using like alcoholic beverages as a draw.
So I wonder if they're going to open the I would assume not, but what's that kids play area, the ropes and stuff?
Land of the Dragons.
Land of the Dragons, yes. I assume they're not going to open.
Yeah, that's not opening now. That is not.
That would be. That would be fun to disinfect.
I'm 100% sure that's why they haven't opened that. Yeah, that's definitely it. So yes, that's exciting. All the open rides here. Here is the actual list. You have Tempesto, Apollo's Chariot, Turkish Delight, Battering Ram, Flying Machine, Loch Ness Monster, so that's reopening, Verbolten, that's continue opening, Finnegan's Flyer, and Der Wirbelwind. So people that got to Busch Gardens in September, really lucky because it doesn't look like Alpengeist is going to be reopening, probably for the rest of the year because they don't open that during Christmas either. They are doing a Christmas event. There is like something on their website talking about now a Christmas event as well. So that's also confirmed for this season as well. So Alpengeist, people that got to ride Alpengeist, that was like your little sliver. They give you like a little month there to ride it, which I'm glad that me and Bob and Timmy and a bunch of other people got down and got to ride because that would have been kind of sad if we didn't get to ride it all year.
I would have lived.
Nope, I couldn't have gone on. I couldn't have gone any longer. That would have been it.
I think I would have survived.
And as much as I'm upset about Alpengeist closing, I'm equally as excited for Apollo's Chariot to be opening. So that's going to be awesome. I'm glad I get to get on that now.
I'm excited for Tempesto to open. No. I like Tempesto for like it's.
Tempesto is.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's like
is all right.
Park or anything, but
Tempesto is what I would describe as okay. That's my descriptor for that ride.
I just love it's one coaster that like actually still kind of gives me butterflies at times because of the rollback thing.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. I hate the comfort collars to death though. That's just it bugs me. So that's the one.
I don't know why people get so bent out of shape out of them. It makes it difficult to get in and out. That's the only thing. You don't even feel them when you're in the ride. The ride's in motion, you don't even notice.
I am, though, also, as much as I want to ride Apollo's Chariot, I'm very excited to get this awesome view of Pantheon now from the top of Apollo's Chariot's lift. That's going to be great. And to be over in that section of the park to see what they're doing.
This is what you call torture because now we're gonna see it.
Now
and
we're going to
gonna
be
go,
like
"Oh,
10 feet from it. We're going to be like 10 feet from the actual ride itself. And we can't do it. Oh. I'm interested to see if they do any, like, if there's any extra theming or anything that you can see from Festa Italia, like, because some people are going, is the Pantheon going to be themed or anything? And I feel like they've done a pretty good job at theming newer attractions like Invader, Tempesto, those have, and Verbolten even, Mock Tower, like those ones have been pretty adequately themed at some, Verbolten better than the others, but I'm curious to see, like, Invader and even Tempesto, it did have some theming. Some people are going, is Pantheon even going to have any theming? Some people think that might not, and I think it will, but I'm curious to see like what level of theming we're seeing out of Busch with this.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still, it'll be there, and it's just kind of torture, not being able to ride it.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. That's definitely, I mean, just being at the park and seeing it was torture enough, and now we're going to be like inches from it.
Right.
Oh.
You're right there.
All right. Well, that is about it for Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Again, reservations go up. Actually, the podcast will already be out by the time the reservations go up. So you can go to buschgardens.com right now and check it out. And that's how you're going to get to the park. You have to make a reservation for the event. So, yes. Now, this is a bit of the news we're talking about that isn't really news. It is news, but it's also not. Like, at the same time. Lightning Rod has been down for quite a while now. When I went back in early, is it June, I think? It went down for like the day. They reopened it. But then like since then, like I've heard it's gone down a lot, and then it's opened back up for like a day here and there. And then it's just been down for a while now. And it's an unconfirmed issue. Some people are speculating. Some people say they know. Some people say they don't. Some people think they know. Some people think they don't. But a ride op, as well as the customer service desk operator at the park, indicated that Lightning Rod will hopefully be open again in the next couple of weeks, and that it will hopefully stay running throughout the entire season. Now, again, this isn't news because park employees always say kind of this, we hope it's open, like hopefully it opens soon, or the next couple of weeks we hope it'll, like it's just kind of like a scripted thing that the employees are kind of told to tell the guests at some points. So I don't know how much I'm banking on this. It's exactly. It's also
is just Lightning Rod, which we knew. I mean, as much as people want to hate on the ride for being like this, RMC basically told everybody it was going to be like this because it's something they're working with.
Exactly.
That's this is one of those prime examples, I think, of why people beat up on Intamin over stuff, and like they don't really beat up over RMC over Lightning Rod that much. It's like what RMC is doing with Lightning Rod, Intamin does on a lot of their rides.
I think RMC gets a lot of crap for Lightning Rod. I've definitely heard a lot of negative words shared for the company over Lightning Rod. So I wouldn't be, and I mean it's just one ride too. All their other rides are very reliable, which is
they don't, not when they open.
yeah, but I mean they're not down like at all anymore. So I don't know. I definitely have heard a lot of negative.
See, like that's my point though. Is like Intamin is pushing the boundaries a lot. RMC isn't. Like the one coaster that RMC really pushed the technological boundaries was Lightning Rod, and it's just kind of just want to point that out.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of Intamin's rides do push the boundary, but there are some that didn't really do anything different than some of the other rides that go down a lot. So I mean, like Maverick, that didn't really break any records or anything specifically, but it goes down a lot.
Yeah, but I think when you introduce Cedar Fair, it adds a different layer as well.
All right. Well, I don't know, but that's just a different opinion on that. But yes, again, Lightning Rod had been down for a while. It looks like it, I don't know, could reopen, could not. It's all speculation, really. I don't know if a ride operator and a park front guest worker is really gonna give you. I mean, that's pretty much going to that's like one level above the Dippin' Dots guy. So.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Nobody thought to ask the Dippin' Dots guy.
Nope.
So we really don't know what's going on.
We really don't. Dang. The future is riding on him too. So I don't know how we could have missed that opportunity there. All right, well, kind of speaking about stuff we don't know about, something that's been kind of talked about a lot is the California parks reopening. I mean, Disneyland was supposed to reopen like a while ago, and there's just been a bunch of like claims that California's going to reopen, but now the governor Newsom says that very, very shortly there will be reopening the California parks, obviously under some type of restrictions. But I don't know how I feel about that. This article again.
Soon is like.
Yeah, what is his definition of soon or shortly? Could be 2021. That could be soon for him. For all we know, it could be.
I don't know. But at least there's, I don't know, discussion there.
There's at least some sense of optimism, I guess, a little bit. That's kind of it. Like, that's really, I don't know if I would be like thrilled, because I mean, I believe some California people also told me that he had said something similar to this a while ago, and this isn't like anything new for them, and they don't know how much they're truly.
The thing is there's a lot of issues with they're like, local governments are having a tough time making budgets, and this kind of plays into that. Is these parks are a big part of those budgets. Anaheim is even specifically calling on them to reopen Disneyland. They had $100 million budget shortfall. And like they're, that's one of those things. They're like, hey, Disneyland is like a huge part of our income.
Yeah.
So we need to get these parks open for our local governments to, be able to function as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's kind of a good sign, because then there's a little bit of pressure from a different angle that, might actually, obviously we hope they do it correctly and safely.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's time that, they kind of start joining with the rest of, parks.
The rest of the world.
States, I should say.
Yeah, I agree. So again, any California listeners, we're hoping you guys get your break there and get to some parks. I know like a couple of the parks are doing like some small, like BBQ. I know like SeaWorld, I think, is doing like a BBQ and brew event, and then Knott's was opening up for like a little food and kind of wine festival type ordeal. But definitely you guys haven't been able to ride any actual rides in a while, so hopefully that comes soon for you guys. Again, this article was posted September 16th, and this podcast is being recorded on the 24th, so it's already been almost a week, and there's like no news. So I don't know, very, very shortly, again, could be a while.
Very, very shortly, it could be like a month.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It could be.
It's really hard to say.
It could be. But again, also, I mean, for Southern California at least, you guys can open whenever. Like, it's not like, oh, now it's winter, there's no point, because it's still great weather down there. But for Northern California, not so much. So you guys might be,
that's true.
Out of luck there. But hopefully for the southern, at least side of the state, or the southern part of the state, you guys will get some sort of news here soon. Like Bob said, it might be a week, might be a month, might be a couple months, might be a year. I mean, we don't know. All right. Well, to close out the show, again, some funny news. Not exactly breaking news either, and it's not exactly confirmed really. But apparently somebody went to Kennywood and was told that, the Black Widow, which is their pendulum. I don't know who was the manufacturer of Black Widow. Was it Mauer?
No.
Zamperla?
Because this is the one. This is the model that all of them.
Yeah, this is the Zamperla Giant Discoveries. Because this is the one that I think is like the Six Flags parks kind of cloned at their parks, and they made it larger.
Yeah,
but...
and many of them had issues, and they were down for extended periods of time.
But didn't Black Widow open? Black Widow like predated them a while. Didn't this open like 2014?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It was one of the first, I think.
It didn't seem to be having any issues then either. Like, it seemed to have had a pretty good opening a couple of years, and then all of a sudden, it's like the past 2 years, it's been having some difficulties. But back to the actual story real quick. The man who went to Kennywood stated that he asked about Black Widow and was told that the gearbox broke and then broke again. All the parts are in, and it's a big job, but it will be fixed and ready for 2021. One of the challenges is that the massive cranes that need to be brought in, which is not easy during the season. So, yeah, it's
they're basically waiting for the off season, which is now, to bring the cranes in and get it fixed.
Yeah.
So hopefully this gearbox remains intact. Which what was it? Six Flags New Jersey that a Great Adventure that got one of these, and it like in their first week or so it broke down, and
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Great Adventure. Yeah, I know America's supposed to get one too. I don't even think they've opened theirs yet though because of COVID.
No, but before that there was I think there were 3 or 4 parks at the same time that all of them were broke. This model just was having a really, really bad time.
Yeah, that is true.
Kind of interesting, like you mentioned that Kennywood opened a while and it ran good for a while, and then
yeah, it did.
It kind of makes me wonder if Zamperla did some kind of recall and said, "Oh, we need to change this," and
then screwed up.
Kennywood got the same part that everybody else got around the same time, and that's what produced all these problems.
I just think it's too much. Yeah, it's too much of a coincidence.
Speculation.
But I think it lines up too well that the same year that these new rides open up, and then Black Widow starts failing, and then they all fail too. It lines up too perfectly. I think that there has to be something there, a little bit more than just a coincidence. They all just broke down and aren't functioning now. Yeah. All right. Well, that is about it for the industry news segment part of the show. Again, we normally will go a lot longer with these, but this week there really is just not anything to discuss.
Yeah, there's just not a lot going on.
Yeah, but don't be distraught because we are coming back right after this break and we have some fun things planned. We have our returning fun segment of the random RCDB roller coaster. And then we have a weekly poll, which really brought a lot of audience members out and a lot of people are answering this poll. So we're going to talk about that when we get back from this.
Yay.
All right, what are you thinking? How many coasters for RCDB?
Oh, I don't know. This is 91, right? Yeah.
Yes, for the 91st time.
Oh, leave me alone. Hey, did you produce you have a background with three video windows, right?
What does that mean?
For the live stream.
3 video backgrounds? What are 3 video backgrounds?
3 video sources. 3 people. Oh no, that's right. You didn't. Never mind. I'm sorry. Last week you didn't put it. We did audio only for that segment.
Yeah. Why?
Disregard. Well, I was thinking, we could do the screen share thing, and put the RCDB up on the live stream, but that would be too much work.
Oh yeah. I mean, and it's the same thing. They can just
go.
When you guys hear what we're talking about, just go to the link.
Yeah,
we're talking to. What is the poster on my wall? Which one? I have a couple back there. Bob does not.
I call it thermostat.
It's beautiful, Bob.
Light switch.
It's modern art.
And doorknob.
Bravo. How much are you selling them for?
Actually, whatever. I want this to be digital, so I'll trade that in for a digital one.
I'm behind that. Oh, that is the King's Dominion 40th anniversary poster. That was hung in the park for the 40th anniversary and has all the dates of interesting time periods.
At some point, this this will go here or something.
Is it a shelf? Are you gonna have a shelf, or are you gonna hang it, or what?
I'll probably put a shelf,
Okay.
like a command adhesive shelf.
Just for the one, you're just gonna have one little nano coaster in the
No,
background.
well, I mean, command adhesive shelves aren't big, but I may like do a couple shelves.
Kind of like,
put
yeah, kind of like what I
some-
have over here. You can't really see them that well on the lives. You can't see them at all, actually, but I have a couple shelves. I like
and my
shelves.
I don't know where I have a Vortex Nano as well. But I'm waiting for my new webcam so that I can see where that gets positioned, because I think it's going to go like over this way and look at me more from this end. So this will be in the background. So it's going to change where it points. But
I got it at
I
Ace.
only ordered it in May. May is when I ordered the webcam.
I got it at Ace
Still
event.
hasn't launched.
They were doing like a giveaway, and I won it. So that is how I got this. The El Toro one, same thing, and then the Son of Beast one is just a piece of artwork from Chris Warner, who actually designed the logo of the podcast and the designer of like Coaster Kids and Coaster Studios logo. So he's done a bunch of different stuff. So we had him on the show a while ago. So I'm giving him some plugins here because I don't want to. So that way. Yeah, and then this is just Curse of Dark Castle. It's all right. We talked about this last week. You missed last week's show then because we talked about all this merch. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it. He's the one that won the Vekoma hat.
Yeah. I sent that. Did you get it? I'm assuming you got it.
He's not here complaining, so I'm hoping that means he got it.
Yeah, he got it. All right. Send me a picture. That way I can post it. I'm posting all the people that get their prizes and different things on social media. That's awesome.
Did you send that, or did Steven send that directly?
When I went to Holiday World, he gave me the hat. And for some reason, he didn't give me the shirts either. He hasn't sent the shirts, though. I'm kind of disappointed. Not disappointed. I'm not going to say this, but like, I emailed him like 2 weeks ago. I was like, can you send the shirts? He's like, oh, yeah, I'll send them. And he still hasn't sent them. And I'm like, I know you're busy, but I told the people that they were going to get them, and now it's going to be like, what's going on? All right.
Maybe he could just send it directly to them.
That's what I thought. That's what I think he's going to do. I sent him the addresses, too, and everything.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
I really wish I should have just asked him to bring the shirts to Holiday World, but he didn't. So.
It's all good. It'll get done. Oh, guys, there's a new POV posted to RCDB. It's of the Great Pumpkin Coaster at Kings Island in 4K.
Yep, we know Gavin. I know Gavin. He gave me a tour. He's given me a couple of tours at Busch Gardens. He is definitely a cool guy. All right, you ready for the second half?
Let's do it.
Do it. Do it. Tell me what movie that's from. Do it. Can anybody in the chat tell me? Do it. Come on. I will say this is probably one of the biggest movies of all time. It is actually probably top like 3 biggest movies of all time. No. Okay, Proper Penguin. Tell me what park is that? Tell me what movie it is. It's not a Harry Potter movie now. You're not, I don't know. You're close, but not on par. I wouldn't say, not really close. I don't know. You're in the right kind of field of mind, though. Not Shrek. You guys are killing me. It's Star Wars. I'm just going to say it. Darth Sidious says that. Do it. All right. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are you ready, Bob?
Yeah, you remember about
Star Wars is great. What?
do, doing the like you click it, you do it, then you have to click the coaster name and give that ID.
I know, yeah, I remember. All right,
All right,
here we go. You can count
3, 2.
It's been quite a while since we've done one of these, but it's yet again time for our random roller coaster adventure on RCDB. This is where we go to the website RCDB and we kind of just do their random roller coaster generator thing on their homepage. They have every time you reload the homepage, you get a new random coaster, and we just kind of evaluate and analyze on these sometimes wacky and weird attractions. So it's a lot of fun.
Hopefully, we'll get some really bizarre stuff.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when you get like rides everyone knows, but hopefully we don't do that.
Yeah. So the way we do this is every time James and I both take different turns. And whenever we generate one, the first thing we do is we give you the ID number. So all of RCDB's websites are rcdb.com/id.htm. If you click on any roller coaster, you'll see what we mean.
Yeah.
And that ID that we give you, you'll want to type in. You'll just replace whatever number there is there with whatever number we give you .htm, and that'll bring up that coaster rather than you having to search for what we're saying.
And that is for people that want to follow along with an image. If you are going to try our best to also like describe the ride as well. So don't feel distraught if you're like in the car driving and you're like, oh crap, I want to see what they're talking. No, we'll describe it as well. So that's just for people that.
If you are in your car right now driving, please do not follow along on that.
Please do not. Please get off of rcdb.com right now. Please. We'll describe it. Please. Oh, man. All right. Well, first, here we go. I'll give the first one off here. We have random roller coaster,
Right.
and we have rcdb.com/ this is ID number 16734. It is Dragon Challenge, but it is not the one that you'd think it would be. It is not the Universal one. It is a like spinning coaster by Pinfari. I'm not 100%.
It's a Super Dragon MD31. It used to be at Alton Towers.
It did. Yeah, that is true. I see that.
It's not a spinning coaster.
It's not a spinning coaster. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not. I originally thought it looked like one, but it is not. So yes, this was built. I don't know when. It doesn't say. It says it's operated since 2018, but it doesn't say when it was built exactly. So it's operated at this park that it's at now since 2018. And yeah, it's basically a wacky worm. That's the model name actually. So yeah, that's pretty much all it is. The front of the train looks really weird. Looks like a
first opened in 1983 at Alton Towers.
1983. All right.
2010.
What happened through 2010 to 2018? I wonder.
It was a really long drive.
England is really big. If you guys didn't know, it's a huge country. All right.
Well, they were carrying it piece.
Maybe.
What's going on?
Maybe. They were trying to find the passageway to Asia, maybe. And then they just got lost somewhere. Make a joke about the British.
All right. Well, it's a wacky worm. What else could be said about it?
That's pretty much all it is to it.
Let's see what we pull up here. Oh, this is no fun. ID 24. Yes, that's right. 24.
24.
It is Batman the Ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Is there really anything to say about this? I think do we have to explain it? Because I think everybody knows what this ride is.
Exactly. I don't know.
It's gray. It's an invert from B&M.
Exactly. It's good. It's intense.
Wait, it's blue? Wait, is it blue now?
I believe it's blue. Yeah, I think they repainted it.
How? Okay. I'm not really a comics person. How does that fit Batman?
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, and it's like aqua blue too. It's not like dark blue or anything. Like dark blue, you could be like, well, Batman, his suit's kind of dark blue, blackish, somewhat. But this is like aqua, like sky blue, pretty much. That's kind of weird. Yeah, I haven't noticed that ever actually. But yeah, I mean, this operated since 1994. It's a B&M invert. There's plenty of them around the country, around the world even. My favorite of these is probably Great White at SeaWorld San Antonio. I really enjoyed that. So that's pretty much all we can say about Batman the Ride.
Yeah.
That's not.
All right, come on, RCTV, give us something bizarre.
I feel like it's almost like we need to shake up like a dice. Like, come on, RCTV, here we go. It's like you might get like something crazy and get like snake eyes, or you might get like something you're expecting and get like a 6 and a 4. We're looking for something cool. All right, this looks interesting. We're going back to the UK. We have a roller coaster under the name of Twist and Shout, but it's not the Funland of Fredericksburg one. It is ID number 2374. 2374. Twist and Shout at Loudon Castle in Scotland. So we're not in England, but we're in the UK still. This is a Schwarzkopf. Yeah, it's a Schwarzkopf. It's no longer operating, but it looked pretty cool. It looked like it would have been a great ride. It reminds me of like the likes of almost like Scorpion at Busch Gardens Tampa, maybe. It's very reminiscent of a ride like that. So yeah, it looks pretty great. Looks pretty cool. Very compact.
Why do people tear Schwarzkopfs?
It has like a double helix too. Look at that double. It has like a really awesome.
Parks.
Do you see that? I don't think I've ever seen a Schwarzkopf with a double helix like that either.
No, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Do you see how many parks this has been at?
How many different parks it's been at? Oh, yes.
6 different parks. Oh, and it actually is still operating at Big Blue at Fun Park Biograd. Sorry if I screwed up that name. It's in Croatia.
So it's no longer in the UK. Oh, wow, but it looks like a beautiful ride. It looks like almost like the way they painted it.
Really?
The way they painted it, it looks fantastic. Wow.
Yeah. The ID for that is 14355. That's the same coaster. Just moved over.
Look at it though. Oh my gosh. They kept like the old train. It's like an old red and like scuffed up kind of looking train on it, and it's on this like slick blue.
It is a train. It literally is a train.
It looks really weird. It's like on this really nice looking blue slick track, and then it's like an old train. Looks kind of weird, but yeah, the actual track itself looks fantastic though.
Was that train actually used before?
I don't know.
No.
I think it was not. I can't tell.
It's a different train.
Yeah, it was.
At Loudon Castle, it is actually a different train.
That is weird. And that train looks like it would have fit more on the design that they have now at that park in Croatia. Like it looks kind of futuristic, and I feel like that black train would have popped more with the blue track.
I'm kind of confused. Like, what is this train?
Bob, it's in Croatia. I'm sure they just found a random Schwarzkopf loop, and they're like, it fits. Put it on. It looks like it's like a mine train. They literally got.
That's the thing. I don't even think it is a Schwarzkopf train.
It literally doesn't look. And it's like 12 rows. The other train was like 6 rows, and this one's like 12. That is crazy. I just realized that too. Like, look how much longer of a train it is in Croatia than it is in the one in the UK. The whiplash you're getting in the back row is probably crazy.
This would not fly in the U.S.
Yeah, I don't know.
That feeling.
I don't know.
That is so bizarre. It literally does look like they stole some old mine train. Are those even like? Are there there are lap bars. I don't.
No, there's no lap bars. They just do a loop and you just fall off.
Well, I mean,
I'm just
that's not what
kidding.
that's not what I meant. I meant just like actual like lap bars designed to go upside down. Like they just they're just hoping for the best. It's interesting, man.
Come to come to the fun park Bojargrad in Croatia. Our fate, you every time you visit, your fate is completely up in the air. We don't know what's gonna happen. It's just that's the thrill of it. You don't know what's gonna happen. All right, well that is
All
about
right.
it for that one. Yeah, let's get on. Let's get moving.
All right. 6524. This is interesting. It's a golden horse. It's called the Outer Space Flying Car. It's a golden horse space car, TKC 12B. It has a booster wheel lift hill.
Yeah,
That's about it.
it is like pretty much looks like a children's attraction.
So
Yeah, so not really much.
this looks like golden horse ripoff from a Tivoli.
Yeah, pretty much. Man,
All right. So now, can you explain to me something?
maybe.
Why do they have umbrellas up under the canopy?
I don't know.
Image number 6.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Literally umbrellas up that are
Yeah.
mostly under station canopy.
Indeed, there are.
Pointless.
That is pretty pointless. Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, this looks like to be at a weird park, so that kind of fits. It kind of fits with the. It kind of fits with the theme, I guess.
Oh
Yeah.
man, look at the size of that lift hill.
It's a bad boy. This is a
Wow.
weird. Is it just me, or is it like? Can you go to image number 14, anybody, and Bob as well? It is literally like this roller coaster in this park is like. Look at that. That's like they're across from like apartments. They're like literally like 5 feet apart across from apartments. Like literally next to the coaster is some apartments. It looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, and they are apartments because it's like you see people's laundry hanging outside, and somebody sitting on their balcony. It's
So there's like these big like I'm not gonna just like I know like for example ZDTs across the street from Switchback is a couple of houses like literally across like a tiny little road like a sliver of a road. There's like some houses, but this is like literally on top. Like your building would be physically next to it. It's basically like having a coaster in your backyard. Like it's that close. And at least with like ZDTs and stuff, it's like sectioned off. Like there's fences and stuff. This looks like you could literally just walk right under the coaster from the apartments. You could just walk right into the field where it's located in, and just like literally
dude, walk. You can jump over the balcony and like land on
into
the
the.
track.
It could be like a game.
Literally step over
Yeah.
because it looks like if you look at like image number 2, the track is literally going pretty much right next to the balcony. So you could like kind of climb over the balcony onto the track and just like walk the track. That's probably what maintenance does. They're like, hey guys, can we sneak in through your apartment so we can do maintenance?
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean
interesting.
that's a good good source of housing for their guests for their employees, I guess. That's definitely.
It could work.
Looks like as far as I'm concerned, and I've heard it's probably better than the Cedar Point housing. I've heard some bad things.
So now here's another interesting thing. If you look at image number 8, did they try to build a garden in the middle of this coaster and fell? Or what exactly is going on?
Just a big mud puddle, maybe. Maybe it's part of the theming.
But look at it. There's actually squares. Like it's actually squared out, and there's different things.
It looks like
Like
yeah.
especially
I don't
if you
know.
look at the bottom of that bunny hill, there's like that whole rectangle area of, I mean, it looks like weeds, but I don't know what it is. But it's like perfectly shaped into a rectangle. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on in there. That's so interesting.
I'm not 100% sure what's going on there either, but.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Golden Horse ripoff of a Tivoli. Zero does it better, and I think even you would have to agree with me on that.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with you on that. And next we have another attraction, obviously another random roller coaster. We have the double loop coaster ID 1914. This is a looks like I don't even know. It actually doesn't say who the manufacturer is. It looks like
Nobody made it.
yeah, maybe it just
It just began
in the
existing,
beginning there was the double looping coaster.
and it was good.
This looks like I can't tell if it looks like it might just be like a knockoff Vekoma, like one of those knockoff like Chinese Vekomas, because this is a Chinese coaster, so might very well be.
Yeah, it does. It does resemble. Actually, it does look like the it looks kind of like the one that Knoebels used to have, loosely.
Yeah, a little bit. This ride has hence been demolished. It operated only till 2010, so it's no longer an attraction. But I mean, this ride boasts some pretty good stats. It's almost 3,000 feet long, 100 feet tall, 40 miles an hour. 2 inversions, hence the name Double Loop Coaster. um, yeah, I mean,
Oh, how they did that!
I don't know. Some very elaborate naming there.
It was built by Micho Amusement Machines.
Misho Amusement Machines. So
Micho
that is
and
definitely
Senyo Kogyo.
yes.
But
Now
that's the
that's
builder.
at the
That's not
bottom.
necessarily the manufacturer.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So I don't know. Um, I don't know exactly what we're looking at here. It looks like a alright attraction. I don't know. I mean, I've heard some different opinions on the like knockoff Vekoma attractions in China. Some good, some bad. So I mean, it looks all right. It's nothing crazy, nothing amazing. Do you see like the demolition pictures though? It looks like they really took out their force on this ride. They like cracked down on this thing. They left a train and a piece of track though. It looks like I don't know.
Whoa. That's
They demolished like everything,
interesting.
but they left the train and like a tiny little piece of track left. It looks like it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I wonder why they did that.
Like they literally look like they were like screw everything else around this. Like they just blew everything else up. Like it's like really like I'm trying to exaggerate and emphasize how much damage it looks like is done to the rest of the ride, and then this train and this little piece of track is just kept. That's kind of weird.
So here's the okay. This is really interesting, and you probably didn't even pick up on this. Do you notice where the booster wheels are on this coaster?
Are they on the side?
Yeah,
They are, yeah.
but they're right in line with the actual wheels of the coaster.
Yeah, they are.
So it pushes on the side, but then does it actually push on the wheels as well? Like, I mean, they're right in line. That would have to cause problems.
I don't know.
Because you
Well,
can
no.
see if you look in
Look at image number
image
16.
17.
Look at image 16 though. The booster wheels are on like the side of the train.
Right. But
Not
now
on.
but when you push that
Oh,
up,
I get
it's
what
gonna hit the,
I get what you're saying. Kind of.
look at the
Yeah.
next image,
Yep.
image number
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
You can actually see where
Yeah.
the tires, there's black marks on the side of the chassis, and it's right in line with those with the wheels of the train.
That is really weird.
There's some really bad engineering going on there, I think.
Maybe that's why these rides aren't good. Simple things like not putting the wheels on other wheels. That's how you fix these things, man.
That's bizarre.
That is really
All
weird.
right, let's get another.
We're getting some all right get some all right weird ones here. So
All right, let's how about the Orca ride? Number
how about it? Let's do it.
933. It's a Zero Tivoli.
Yeah.
And guess what it is? It's an Orca.
It is. It is. It
And
is like
it's trippy if you look at the top, look at the top of the train. Every
Whoa.
single car has the Orca tail.
That's really weird.
That is trippy.
That is strange. You can't even like
But
see in front of you
here-
in the
okay.
train. Like look at image 7. You cannot see in front of yourself. Like you can't see where you're going. It's just blocked off by the tail.
No, you can't. It's bizarre. But here's the other interesting thing is like there's only one Orca head.
Yeah, so it's just like a bunch of tails.
Not every car is a tail.
This is just the weird deformed orca, Bob. You never heard of this thing? It's in where's this at? They must have like these weird orcas in Belgium.
Shamu coaster.
Yeah, it is pretty
That
much.
would be what SeaWorld would have called it back in the day.
This is like weird. It's just like it's just almost like
It's very weird feeling. But like there's like really weird random rocks and towers that you're going through that don't seem to make sense.
look like icebergs.
Is that what that's supposed to be?
That's what it looks like. They're white rocks, so I mean, I would assume they're bodies of icebergs, or like because orcas are in like the
Okay.
north. That makes a
With
lot.
that.
All right, well, yeah.
Alright, I'll go with that. I
That's
don't know. I honestly I like Tivoli's. I think they're actually pretty fun coasters
They
for
are.
what they are.
They are. Ooh,
You can ride this if you go to Belgium.
exactly. If you're ever in Belgium and you want to ride a Tivoli with a bunch of weird tails on it, you're in luck. All right, so last time we got a coaster from Mexico, we had a lot of fun with it, and this one looks like it very well could be also kind of a fun one. This is called Titan. I don't like Titan. It has an accent over the A. I'm in Spanish class and I don't even. This is sad, but this is ID number 713, and it is in Mexico, and it is it's Titan, but it has an accent over the A. So I think in Spanish you would pronounce that the A is like an so it'd be like Titan kind of. It'd be a little different pronunciation. So yes, this is
It's a Sansei.
a Sansei, but the one of the characteristics of it is a virtual reality ride, which I'm not 100% sure if does that mean they have VR on this attraction or
Yeah, RCDB does that because
Yes,
Iron Dragon
yes.
was categorized as that for a while.
and if you look, this is oh my god, this looks like such a weird like kind of like backyard strange roller coaster, and it has like such an advanced feature like VR. Like that's something that
What is that tower?
I'm confused what this ride is. Look at this ride. Oh my god. It looks like it has PTC trains. It's a steel coaster, but it looks like it has PTC trains. It looks like the lift hill kind of looks like almost resembles somewhat of like an RMC coaster to me. Like maybe Goliath structure at Six Flags Great America. Like it has because that is like the steel structure kind of. It kind of looks like that, but it looks like a much smaller scale. Like I think it's only like 50 or 60 feet. This is a weird ride.
Yeah, it's
This is a
definitely. I
weird
mean,
ride.
it is tubular track. It's not RMC track, so don't,
No.
don't get excited.
It's not an RMC. Obviously, no.
No, I know. I'm telling the listeners that the ones that are driving that shouldn't be looking at RCDB explain that this is definitely
Hey.
not an arm.
Some more icebergs, it looks like, too.
Oh my God, James, number 23. Picture number 23.
Picture number 23. All right, let me get over there.
There-
Oh, boy.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Oh, what the heck?
There's a plastic
What the heck?
clear
Like a
Solo cup
like a water
sitting
cup.
over top of the e-stop.
That's
Is
their.
that so you can't e-stop it?
It's just super glued on there.
Or is that so you don't bump? Yeah, they super glued it. Or is that just so? Do they have a problem with people bumping the e-stop? So this was their solution. They just put a cup over it.
I don't know. This ride looks straight out of like. I don't even not even out of like a state fair. I think that's rude to the state fair. Like it just looks so different and weird and abstract and obscure. and it has VR. It's just so weird. Like VR is such like a again modern, new age. Like SeaWorld and Cedar Fair, they were all testing it out, and then there's like this weird small little park in Mexico had it on a coaster. This is it,
Um,
definitely a
you're,
strange
you're
ride.
not allowed to sit on your hands while you're riding.
Is that a rule?
Image 27 indicates that.
Image number 7. Oh, yes,
27.
27.
You
Yeah,
cannot
I see
sit on
that now.
your hands.
No, you cannot. Oh, wow, no, you cannot.
What is the coaster behind? So do you see that? Okay, there's a sky coaster, and then to the left of the sky coaster, do you see that drop on whatever coaster that is?
I need to look. I don't know where exactly what image is this that you're
Number
referencing?
27, same one that I was just talking about.
Number 27. All right, let's get over there.
It looks like it just like drops almost straight down, and then it just like throws you into a banked
Oh,
turn. A really, really sharp radius. I'm gonna have to investigate that.
find out
Keep
what parks
talking
this is
about
out.
it while I
Yeah.
investigate
Okay,
that.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, this park this looks like a nice sized park actually now that I'm looking at it. It has a sky coaster, has a couple of flat rides in the background. This isn't messing around. I've never heard of this park before.
Oh, so that coaster that I was talking about is Bullet. It's actually a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop. Its ID is
Okay.
6574 if you're interested. But it really,
Oh, it's a spike. Yeah, it's a vertical spike.
whoa. Can we talk about this one?
The vertical
Oh, this
spikes.
is a wait, wait. This is a shuttle. What is? I didn't realize Schwarzkopf did shuttles like this. Like this
Apparently,
is a this.
it's almost
You
like
know
a
what this is?
boomerang. It's almost like a boomerang, really.
Yeah. This is this is what this is what's in Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic.
Oh, anybody that ever played that game? I've never played that game,
This
so I
is
don't know what that
actually
is.
that coaster. It's called like jellyfish or jelly something. I think it's jellyfish. I've always wondered like why like it was like the Schwarzkopf track, but I never saw a coaster built like that. This is actually it.
Yeah, this park is called
I'm so excited right now.
Selva Magica. If anybody wants to dig a little bit deeper into the actual park itself, um, yeah, this looks this
That's
is a
why
really
that
interesting
drop
park.
looks so weird because it wasn't actually a first drop. That's actually a spike.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of want to go and ride that. I really kind of want to go there now. Can we go to Mexico?
Hit Six Flags Mexico, and yeah, and then do this park. This is like this park means business too. I've never heard of this park before, but they have like what is it, 4 or 5 coasters?
Yeah,
Um,
I wonder if they did they put plastic cups on all of their e-stops?
that was such. Based
No.
on that ride, I thought okay, this park is like a small, weird Mexican amusement park. But the more that I look at it, this park actually looks like not bad. It looks kind of like well kept and everything. Like Bullet looked really well kept up, and like look at the rest of the park. It looks pretty nice. But based off that one
I'll be
ride,
honest with you. This coaster, if you, even the one we're originally talking about here, Titan, we'll call it Titan because that's
we'll
just what
Americanize it.
yeah, we'll Americanize it. If you look at the full layout, it actually looks like it might actually be a lot of fun.
It does, yeah. It has like a out and back type
It's
layout.
like it's just a lot of bunny hills.
Exactly. So depending on I don't and this looks like again I referenced this earlier. It looks like PTC style trains and restraints almost. Like it just has like a small little lap bar that goes over your waist. So you could really get some good airtime on this thing. If you look at it, I swear these are wooden
True.
coaster trains. It's really they look just like wooden coaster trains.
No, you know what? You know what those might be? They look kind of like Morgan trains.
Yeah, they look a little bit like them. Definitely. It could have been. This was the '90s, so this very well could have been like uh, Sensei's like answer to Morgan kind of thing. I just Oh man, this is really a weird ride. And again, if you go to image number 35, I swear it looks, for some reason for me, it looks just like an RMC kind of. I don't know why. It just does. All right. Well,
Just the structure. I can see where you see that. It also kind of resembles a Schwarzkopf too.
oh
in
my God.
a
And look,
sense.
anybody that ever's complained about a B&M brake run, look at image number 38. It looks like the brake run is like 400 miles long.
That's, wait, is that the brake run? No,
It looks like the brake run to me.
no, I don't know. That's just a flat.
That
That's
just
just
it's
straight.
just straight track. All right. Well,
just
anybody that's ever complained about Superman the ride, then that's a better. All right, that is some straight track right there. That's at least like 300 or 400 feet. It's just straight track.
You know, there's one other thing about this coaster. It's giving me this weird feeling of deja vu. Because, like, I remember a while ago having a dream about a coaster that looked so much like this. It's so weird. And I had never seen this before, so it's almost like my mind was predicting this. It's so weird. It's such a weird, bizarre
Oh
feeling.
no,
Like,
Bob's
because
the
it was,
sorcerer.
if you look at the hill, like, I remember this dream was so weird, but I remember, like, it was like there was down this embankment and there was like I was meeting somebody down this embankment and it was like there was a coaster up on top of the embankment and like if you look at like image number 11 and 12 like that's exactly like kind of what my dream was. It's so weird. It's just bizarre. We need to leave this coaster. Let's find something else.
There's something not right.
I need to go away. How about Atomic Coaster?
All right, let's do it.
1618
What a great year.
Senyo. 1618.
Yeah.
It is no longer in existence. It
Another.
it looks arrowish.
Yeah, it looks like another Vekoma or Arrow ripoff in China. You even have like the traditional
But it's
corkscrews, just like Arrow. Wow, it's almost like identical to
it's
Arrow.
like using like arrow, like it's like oh
It's
my god, the train is like arrow
it's pretty much it's just an
except
arrow.
the restraint.
Yeah, the restraints are a little different than arrows.
Wow.
It's amazing to me that China you can just like completely just copy and paste rides like this.
Yeah, you can do it. All right, so is it just me or does like if you look at image number 11, does it look like they just um like took a piece of like a label and labeled over something else with the name of this coaster?
No, not really to me.
No? It just kind of it seems like you can see some of the blue showing through the white. I don't know.
I don't know.
It
I'm
looks
not
weird.
seeing that now. But yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, whatever. But yeah, this actually looks a lot. This kind of reminds me a lot of Corkscrew that used to be at Geauga Lake. Obviously, there wasn't a
Yeah.
loop on that, but
Yeah.
like the structure just kind of reminds me a lot of Corkscrew from Geauga Lake, which was an arrow.
Indeed. All right. Well, let's finish it off. We'll get one more in here real quick, and then we'll move on to the weekly
find us a
poll.
good one.
I'm hoping. All right. Okay, so I got. It looks like a defunct coaster. It's called Monster Mouse, ID 1524. It used to operate at Rye Playland Park in New York, and it operated from 67 to 81. It looks interesting. There's not really many images to go off of here. I mean, for such an old coaster too, it had some pretty cool theming. It had like a giant mouse outside, and this is a.
I actually rode one of these.
Mm-hmm.
This Lakemont Park used to have one of these.
Were they decent rides?
It was fun. It was sketchy.
Yeah,
it was
it
really
looks like
cool,
it.
but,
Yeah.
actually, maybe you know what? Apparently, it wasn't the exact. It was very similar. It wasn't the Mega Mouse. but I'm pretty sure. No, see, now I'm gonna have to look this up just to make sure. Go ahead and keep talking about while I look this up.
All right, so again, Monster Mouse at Ride Playland. Alan Herschel was the designer of this attraction. His company was the manufacturer, and the model is Wild Mouse slash Monster Mouse. So it is definitely
Okay. So there's 3 versions of the Alan Herschel Wild Mouse. There's Mad Mouse, Might Mouse, and Monster Mouse. Lakemont had the Mad Mouse. This
so.
coaster is the
What
Monster Mouse.
what is the differentiating factors?
I think the Monster Mouse just looks bigger.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Maybe in terms of size or inversions, or there's not even.
Not by a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This looks to be about 60 or 70 feet tall, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is.
That might even be a
Yeah, it
generous.
is a little bit of a bigger layout, I think.
Yeah, maybe size, yeah, in that aspect too.
But yeah, it's definitely the same style. But see, what you could see with this is like the little slight banking that they did. It was so unique for a wild mouse. Like, because wild mice just don't bank.
Yeah.
But this was such a unique one because they had some banking on it that was just really, really interesting. It was really, really fun. I mean, again, I would love to ride this Monster Mouse, but like the regular Mad Mouse was just, oh, it was such a blast. I wish Lakemont still had it. There's not a lot of them left.
Indeed. All right. Well, that was our last random roller coaster of the night. We had some fun ones this week. Good fun. As always. Thank you to RCDB.
Oh, RCDB just crashed.
Oh, we're really lucky then. We just
I don't know. Service unavailable.
we slid in right at the right time and exited. We caused the crash. Recording a podcast while on RCDB is not supposed to happen. Maybe. All right.
Oh, I actually think it did break.
Did it actually?
Sorry, Dwayne. We didn't mean to break your website.
Whoopsie. All right. Well, speaking of good roller coasters, no, that's a dumb transition. I'm not doing that. I'm stopping. Speaking of good roller coasters. Wait, you ready to jump right back into it? You ready to jump right back into it?
RCDBT, it is officially down. It's crazy. Yep, I'm ready whenever you are. Do I need to delete anything or just pick up where we're at?
Just pick up.
All right, ready when you are.
All right. Here we go.
3, 2.
As we make our way closer to the end of the show, we have one remaining topic to discuss. Last week, we asked the audience, what was your favorite place to ride a roller coaster, the front or the back? We kind of put those two head to head, as many people have done before, and we got quite a response from our audience. We got a couple people on Twitter responding. We got a lot of people on Instagram responding. So thank you guys all for keeping in contact with the show and letting us know your thoughts and opinions. We love that. That's audience interaction is very important here when we do these weekly polls. So it's awesome. So I'm going to first start off by reading some of the replies we got, and then me and Bob will give some of our own. One of the replies we got from an audience member was front all the way. There's nothing like that rush, being that high up and looking down at the first hill. That's totally accurate. I agree that front is definitely a great place to ride. Bob. Do you want to... I actually want to kind of restart from a certain point, actually, because I was supposed to read off the actual poll results first. You're muted, Bob.
Do you want to just start from where we started?
Yeah, let's just do that.
That'll be easiest because it's marked.
All right, you ready?
Oh, wait, give me 1 second. this is what that noise was for, so might as well. And I will mute my phone now that I got a blatant reminder that it was not muted. All right, let's do it.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Yep.
3.
You want me to count down? Or... Okay,
Yeah.
You didn't do it.
3, 2, 1. As we make our way to the end of the show, we have one remaining topic to discuss. Last week, we asked everyone on the Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and on our website what your favorite seat on a roller coaster is. Back or front? Where do you prefer to ride? We got a strong response from our audience. Over 60 people responded, and 85% of our audience is a back row rider, while 15% is a front row rider. And we got also responses including detailing why they thought that as well, and which rides they thought were better. So one of our responses was front all the way. There's nothing like that rush that you have high up and then looking down at the first hill. So yeah, I agree. I think front row definitely has its place as a roller coaster, in a roller coaster's ride. Obviously, you have to have a front row in terms of engineering and things like that. But I mean, in terms of ride experience, I think a front row definitely has its purpose and has its place. You're definitely going to get like the wind, and you're going to feel the speed sometimes more aggressively in the front because you are like the first person that's doing all these maneuvers and things.
Flies.
Exactly. If you're on a launch coaster, most likely at Cedar Point, I'm not going to name any names, but Top Toe Dragster, you're going to get some mayflies, definitely. I think front row is good. It's not my go-to row particularly, but we're going to share, me and Bob's will share our responses later on in terms of which rides and where and why and all of that good stuff. Another response we got was front, and they also listed off a couple of rides that they chose. They said, I like Gatekeeper better in the back, but I like Valravn and Millennium Force much better in the front. And Skyrush at Hershey is also so much better in the front. Even better in a wing seat, he says. I don't know. I like wing coasters probably better in the front, actually. And then I prefer Millennium Force in the back. And I prefer Valravn probably in the front. And Skyrush, I still have yet to do that at a time where I really love it. This weekend, though, I will be riding it again. And Bob will be there as well. So we'll get to put that debate finally to rest. I don't think Skyrush is bad, but I don't think it's amazing. It's not one of my favorites, but maybe that'll change.
I actually used to have things I thought I knew about Skyrush that changed on my last visit, so we might have to do some testing.
And hopefully if Park is dead, we will be doing a lot of that. Lot of that.
I'm all for that.
All right, so we got another reply saying that B&M Hypers have insanely better airtime in the back. I 100% agree with that. Every B&M Hyper I've ridden, the back is where it's at. Every B&M Giga I've ridden, the back is where it's at.
I believed that for the longest time. Until a certain chocolate company made me rethink everything.
So the thing that's interesting about that is that I don't know what it was, but I rode the new B&M Orion, and I like that in the back better. It's weird to me that I'm not 100% sure. I haven't ridden Candemonium, but it's interesting to me that maybe like Hershey did something different with them, or somehow they asked for a different type of, like we've talked about how they've done different, maybe newer elements or different new technology on this ride. But it has to be something, because I don't think it's just new B&M, because Orion was
I
much.
don't know. It's weird. I'm not used to it. It's just odd and very, very awkward.
Yeah. Someone said when you have a really large train, back is not where to go, and you go to the front. But when you have a large train, back is the only place you can go because you get that nice whip effect when you come over the airtime hills. I agree with that. Dive coasters, you're not really gonna notice that much of a difference in the front or back. So normally I
Right.
do front because you have like that speed. Other coasters with like more smaller, more compact trains, the front's normally where you want to go. You get more of the speed sensation. And I agree that most rides with a larger train is the back is where you gotta go. Wooden, like nice big wooden coasters, nice long steel coasters in terms of trains. That's where I always go for sure.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that when I get to my responses. 'Cause
All right.
it's interesting, I think.
Someone said Raptor at Cedar Point is the best in the back, and then someone said as is Gatekeeper.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Nah,
Ow!
I would
I
agree with that actually.
I
With the
I would
Raptor
have to
piece.
say probably. For me, it hurts. Like the back, Raptor actually kind of hurts me a lot. Like it's getting older and like really hurting my
Yeah.
head. But I mean, it's still a great ride. You're not gonna see me marathon it, and you're definitely not gonna see me marathon it in the back.
I agree with Raptor in the back. I still think wing coasters for me the front's where I go. So that's just my personal opinion.
You
Again,
mean inverts or?
no, I was talking about he said as his Gatekeeper. He said it's a back row ride. So I was saying that I think Gatekeeper wing coasters front row.
Raptor.
He said Raptor and Gatekeeper.
Okay, sorry.
It's cool. All right, we got a lot more responses actually here now as well, talking about some of the rides that they think and where you should ride them. Someone said smaller RMCs are front row rides, the bigger ones are back row rides. I don't agree. I think all RMCs are back row rides for me, except Twisted Cyclone at Six Flags Over Georgia. That's the only one I've ever ridden and gone. That's a front row ride because I don't know what it was, but I just randomly decided.
I can't comment on that, but I liked Storm Chaser a lot better in the front.
No, I just thought that was back. I liked front too.
Timbers I have some opinions on too, but overall, Twisted Timbers is definitely a back road ride. But
yeah,
I think those Camelbacks are still slightly better in the front.
I still, as we've said on the show before, I don't really think it's that noticeable where you sit for those. So, someone said Raging Bull is an elite hypercoaster when you ride it in the back. That's at Six Flags Great America. I've heard that as well. I've heard some really conflicting things about RMC. I mean about B&M's hypercoaster Raging Bull, because some people will ride it and go, it's just meh. It's just another B&M hyper. It's just bland and boring, and it's just the gist. It's just the normal, older B&M hyper kind of thing. And then I hear some people go, oh my gosh, it's one of the best B&M hypers ever. It's amazing. So I really am curious and I'm really intrigued on like what all is going on in that ride and what differentiates so many people's opinions. Because, with Apollo's Chariot, I don't know if I've ever claimed it to be one of the best B&M hypers. I think it's a fun ride. I think it's a very good ride. But, I've never claimed it to be one of the best B&M hypers, and I've heard Raging Bull claimed that. So I'm curious to see if it is a front row, back row thing.
What you're explaining is exactly how I felt about Candemonium until I rode it in the front. So is it possible that Raging Bull is a similar category where people are just by default riding in the back and going, yeah. And then it's the people that actually have ridden in the front that go, oh my God, this is amazing.
Well, this response would be counterintuitive to that, though, because he's saying it's only elite when you ride it in the back.
Oh, well then forget everything I said. I thought you were saying it was a front.
Now he's saying
all right, I was wrong.
That's only elite if you ride in the back. So that would it's like the opposite of what you're saying, though. Kind of, and like vice versa. But I think that applies for every B&M Hyperaptor, pretty much.
Yeah, I've always thought that. Then yeah, everything I said is wrong. But yes, the B&M Hyper is a back row coaster.
Everything he said was wrong, including that T3 is a good roller coaster.
No. T3 is a good roller coaster.
Oh man. All right, so another response we got stated that best front row ride ever is Lightning Rod, and the best back row ride ever is El Toro. I agree with El Toro being a back row ride. I think Lightning Rod's a back row ride for me too.
Oh no, Lightning Rod. I agree with front row. I absolutely agree with front row.
I love it in the back row. I love it in the back row. I rode in the front row last time I was there.
Oh my god. It was amazing in the front row.
It was amazing in the front row, but it was.
I personally.
For me, it was like
I don't think
another level in the back. Another level in the back for me.
No, I thought it was a whole nother level in the front. The back is amazing, but man, when I got in the front, oh my god, that was just crazy.
Yeah. Someone said Lightning Rod at Kentucky Kingdom is a front row ride. Magnum XL200 is a back row. I thought Lightning Rod was a back row ride for me. I thought the front row was good, but I thought the back row was amazing. You get that pull over the drop.
I rode it enough for. Yeah, I think back row. I think it was back row more, but I probably would like to review that a little more.
I'm gonna challenge that ruling on the field and go back and ride.
I right now I think it's a back row, but yeah, I don't know. I might change my mind if I do more research.
Someone said pretty much how I sum this up is more forceful coasters are gonna give more airtime. You need to ride them in the back. So he's saying that coasters that have strong forces, strong G's need to be ridden in the back. Kind of, that's kind of his rule of thumb, I guess. I don't know if I agree with that. There are some that I think need to be ridden in the front as well. Like example, we're gonna bring this up later. I prefer Intimidator 5 in the back, but the front row is like equally as excellent. They're both really good, and they're in different ways. So that's one ride in particular that I would say like the forceful rule doesn't really apply, because the front row on Intimidator 5, you're still gonna gray out and you're still gonna get some really good speed. I think the airtime's stronger in the back for sure though. So in terms of that aspect of your analysis, I agree.
Let's get to my response and we'll talk more about that.
We'll dive deeper into our opinions, yeah, for sure. Later.
Yeah, because I have some interesting ways of looking at it. It doesn't necessarily tie to that.
All right. Someone said Skyrush is a back row ride. See, that's funny. We've just gotten that's the great thing about this community. Is so many people get so many different types of rides, so many better rides in certain seats, and that's so funny because we just got one earlier that says Skyrush is a front row ride 100%, and now we got someone saying Skyrush is a back row ride. So it's amazing to me how different days and different weather and different times and different circumstances, different body types, you can get different rides and feel a ride is better in a certain row when other people think, no, it's ludicrous. So the front row is way much better. It's just crazy for me.
That's the thing. I'd believe that Skyrush was a back row ride, but that my last visit to Hershey really challenged that. So that's what I'm like. All of a sudden, I'm like, I don't know the common knowledge is kind of back, but now I'm kind of thinking, I don't know that that's so. I don't think that's so much it. I think it's more the wing, and it's actually also the different side. I hear everybody say left side, but I rode front row on the right side, and oh my god. So I don't know. Like Skyrush really has me confused right now. I don't really know what to say.
We're gonna have to do some research, scientific.
Yes, I'll bring some accelerometer. We'll bring a bunch of phones and
we'll bring our lab coats and we'll just be like, close down the ride. We got some official Coaster Talk podcast business here. We gotta condone this area. We gotta condemn this area. No one else can venture into this area right now. Someone said, No question in my mind. Back row.
Alpengeist?
Alpengeist.
Front row.
No.
I see. I can't. I the only way that in my head though I can't. I can't say. I mean, I could definitely see where back row might be better, but I can't. I
You
can't think
lose
it in my head.
feelings
It's too
in your
much, so.
legs. You lose the ability to walk in the back row. All right.
I
So,
could care less about that.
oh
I
no,
just, yeah, I don't like
it's
hitting my head.
so
I
good.
can't. Oh, it hurts my head too much.
Oh no.
If they put vest restraints on it, I'd
Ah.
marathon it in the back.
Oh man. Tighten at Six Flags over. Tighten at Six Flags over Texas is.
Can you hear me at all? I can't. You were breaking up really bad, and then all of a sudden your voice just went away. Yeah, they're saying in live stream no sound. Oh, I'm hearing. Oh, it sounds like your mic maybe. It's like staticky. Like when you move something, I heard a like.
Hello?
Now I hear you fine.
You hear me?
Yeah,
All right.
I bet you're gonna need a new mic.
I'm not getting a new
Cause
mic. This mic is fine.
you keep hearing like that static. That's what's going on.
I
It's
don't
like
hear
a
that now.
loose.
This mic works great.
Yep, that's why we all had to stop and couldn't hear you.
All right,
It worked
Mr.
great.
Hmm.
I have no idea where we were. I have no idea what you were even saying. Was
no,
Audacity recording?
no, Audacity stopped. So that's why I stopped recording like at 1 minute and 9 seconds is where I stopped. You lose
I'm at
feelings in your legs.
110, so
Ah. So good. Oh no.
so just pick up where I'm at. You think?
Ah. Yeah, probably. Oh man.
All right.
I don't know actually. Where are you at?
I'm at 110. Wait. Yeah. No.
110. You're a minute ahead of me?
Sorry. 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 19 seconds.
I'm at 109.
Oh, 9.
I cannot wait. This is like the longest show recording ever. For some reason this week I'm like super exhausted right now.
All right. I'll cut at 109. 109.22. That's like the last thing I said. I said about restraints in the back. Or restraints in the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I can't hear you again. Now I heard your noise. I heard noise again.
I think it's my laptop.
It seems okay now.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? See, I think it's my laptop. I think my laptop's just like, it's been running so much recently, like way more than I've ever ran it. Because it's acting like it's like really hot right now. It's like burning up, kind of. And it keeps like my screens keep freezing up, kind of, and then it's like, and that's when you can't hear me. It seems like, and then it like comes back and.
Well, your video feed froze a while before I quit hearing you.
You can't see me?
I can see you now, but right before you went silent, like it was like a while before that your video froze for me anyway. But it seems okay now.
You lose feelings in your. All right, you ready?
Yep. You want to count it down or me?
I'll do it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. All right. Well, the next response we got is interesting because we got Titan at Six Flags over Texas is a front row ride. But something that's interesting to me is they mentioned Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City, and they said that is most definitely a back row ride, which is interesting to me because I don't really, with spinning coasters in general, like the previous spinning coasters that I've been on, they've normally been one car. So I've never ridden one that's like has multiple trains, multiple rows, multiple cars. So it's curious to me that a spinning coaster I would think would be better in the front, like just based off if I had to make like a hypothesis. But it's interesting to me that I guess through the pull that you get with most coasters, like in the back, maybe you do get a better experience in the back with these. I don't know, but it is interesting because I haven't really heard anybody mention Time Traveler and where the row is the best row for it, and that's the first time I've heard someone ever really mention it. So it is interesting to me.
I think it would matter a lot depending on what position you're in, in each section, like, since it's a turning coaster as they call it.
Yeah, it's controlled.
Not really spinning coaster. Yeah.
Controlled spin, yeah.
I don't know. I think you'd have to ride that a lot to get a true objective feeling for it.
For sure. We had somebody write in a couple of theirs. They said Beast is in the back row, Orion is in the back row, Fury is in the front row, Diamondback is in the back row, Mystic Timbers is in the back row, Racer's in the front row, Intimidator 305 at King's Dominion front row, and Millennium Force back row. So that's quite a considerable amount of rides. I agree with
there's
pretty much all of these, though.
And well, first of all, I don't think Beast matters a whole lot, to be honest. I think it's supposed to be a night ride, so it doesn't matter about vision.
I feel like back rows for me, where I agree, I got the best experience. I rode it in like every road too. I got like 30 rides once when I went back in 2017, and for me at least, back row is where I was at.
Yeah, I don't know that it's that different for me. Millennium Force we'll talk about when I get to a little bit later. What else? I-305 I agree with. I like that in the front. Racer, I don't know. Racer's got some pots to be taken care of.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What else did he say?
Mystic Timbers, back row. Diamondback, back row.
Mystic Timbers is front row. Mystic Timbers is front row all the way.
Nah.
Diamondback is back row.
I have to retort that. Mystic Timbers, back row all the way. Love it in the back. But again, it's just cool that we all can experience different rides at different places, different times, and get different, better, worse rides in certain places. Now that I'm saying time traveler wasn't getting mentioned. We got another time traveler response, and this is again for the back row. So I would assume that that's probably correct if we have multiple people now, or not correct, but it's probably pretty great in the back at least. And this is all opinion based, but that's for sure. A great place. Bob, you're gonna be happy with this one. We got Twisted Timbers, a front row ride. The 3 back-to-back hills are so strong when you're in the leading row. I
agree. I mean, that to me that doesn't make it a front row ride. I think it's still a back row ride, but those 3 Camelbacks are absolutely better in the front.
I don't know. I don't get that experience. I just think it's about the same in the front and the back, and then the rest of the ride's better in the back. So, like, I don't really. I think that the airtime is so strong in both sections of the ride because of how they're engineered that it doesn't really matter. But I don't know. Someone said any of the Gigas are in the front row, especially Millennium Force, which is interesting. I think all of the Gigas in the back row for me is probably my opinion, but yes.
Nope.
I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I forgot. Another response, B&M Gigas in the front.
What?
I don't know if I agree with that either. Again, back rows for me. Voyage back row, yes. Agree with that so much. That's all you can get. And Cinema 305 is in the front row because it is completely something else, he said. I agree front row is great, but the back row is equally as great for me. And
I like the front row a lot better on I-305.
Nah, man, I gotta get the back row. That's me all the time, back row. Alpengeist back row at night is otherworldly. Agree with that 100%. Love that ride so much in the back. And at night, again, you're 100% correct. That's a great assessment there. And then finally, someone said Beast in the back at night is crazy. So that is our final responses. Got quite a few. And now it is time for Bob and me to share our own. I'm going to quickly just list off mine because I don't really have any reasoning or really theology behind it. Or not theology, but I don't really have any reasoning or evidence to back up my claim like Bob does when he gives his not evidence, but you have reasoning to believe why they might be in the back or front. I'm just gonna really just quickly list off mine, and then Bob can give his. So I think the back row rides are Voyage, Intimity 305, Apollo's Chariot, Alpengeist, Banshee. Those are just some of the ones that came to mind when I thought of back row rides. As you can tell, a lot of inverts, a lot of B&M hypercoasters, Intimity 305 Giga Coaster, Voyage, Wooden Coaster. Front row for me is Thunderbird at Holiday World. Love that ride in the front. Crazy intense. Leviathan, just because you feel all that speed coming in your face. I said any Vekoma SLC, just because it's as painless as possible when you ride it in the front. And then Green Lantern at Six Flags Great Adventure, which is a stand-up coaster. I just love it in the front. I don't know why. I like it in the back too. It's not bad in the back, but the front row was just it was great. I like all the stand-ups in the front. Except Vortex at Carowinds. I just don't like that ride at all. But, yeah, those are my couple of responses.
So, my rule of thumb is basically if it's a wooden coaster, back. If it's a steel coaster, front. But there's a lot of weirdness to that, especially recently. GCIs, there's quite a few GCIs that I think are better in the front. I like Mystic Timbers better in the front. I like Invader better in the front.
Oh, no.
I just feel like pops of air. Yeah.
No.
You just get better pops of air. I just really like them better in the front. By a lot. And I already mentioned Lightning Rod. Now the steel coaster thing is more. This is kind of interesting because it used to be that steel coasters weren't so focused on airtime as much as wooden coasters. So there's a lot of steel coasters that are actually better in the back. Like Lightning Run would be one of them. Because if you think of the format, it's kind of built with the thinking of a wooden coaster where it's a lot of camelbacks and a lot of that, airtime pop and stuff. And I think that's better in the front or in the back. But GCI's engineering just seems to me, it seems to be different. I think it's a lot because they use a lot of these really low bunny hill type hops. And I think it's because you're still so much at speed, even as the front, like most of the train is still level, even as the front is going over the bunny hop. So it doesn't, you don't have that reduction in speed that causes what's typically the front row not being good at that type of experience. But because it's so shallow, it just kind of pops you better. I don't know. I don't fully understand the
And you
reasoning.
said you didn't have any theories.
I know. Well, I figured. Well, after you said that, I started like thinking. I'm like, well, maybe I do have some theories. I came up.
Maybe he's right. Maybe he knows me well enough to assume that.
No, well, I said I didn't have evidence. Like I can't really, and I don't.
Well, I
Like
mean, I
that's
think
not.
that's. I mean,
You're the
it's evidence
guy.
supporting an opinion. You know, it's evidence that like it's not evidence like scientifically proves anything, but
I think the weirdest thing for me though, and I'm I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I'm not the only person that believes this. Millennium Force is a middle coaster. You ride that in the middle, and maybe slightly behind the middle, like one or two cars behind the dead center of the coaster or of the train. There, the floater air is phenomenal in that position. It's better than anywhere else that I rode in that position. I just absolutely love it in the middle. And then there's just like I don't know, there's just no better seats. Like it's just amazing. And I don't really understand why, other than maybe Intamin just designed it. You know, when they did all the engineering, they just focused on a single car, and then everything they added each direction just became a different. Like I don't know. I really don't know, but it just to me it feels so much better in the middle. Now the front row is fun too because the visual, and that's what I really like about a lot of high speed steel coasters is just
yeah,
you just feel the speed.
and that sense of
Like Top
speed
Thrill
is great.
Dragster, you have in the front
Yeah,
seats
that's
unless
true.
it's fly season at night.
Yeah.
Then let somebody else take those mayflies. I don't know with those, um, but yeah, it's generally my rule, and then of course Candemonium is turning things on its head. I would never think of riding a B&M Hyper anywhere but in the back,
Yeah.
and
And
Candemonium is just wow.
Bob
I
is excited to test Skyrush this weekend. I'm really excited to try Candemonium. I'm really, like I'm going into this thinking now, there's no way it's a front row ride. I just can't believe it. So I'm gonna be very surprised. That's gonna be very surprising to me if that actually turns out to be my conclusion as well, because I probably side with again the 85% of the audience that my go-to row whenever I try a new coaster is back. It doesn't matter like what coaster manufacturer or what, it's just my go-to row. So I'm gonna be very shocked. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna be. I mean, upset really. I mean, if it's good in the front, it's good in the front. But I am curious. I'm very curious because again, that's kind of common knowledge, common rule of thumb is like B&M Hypers in the back. But
oh,
it's
and
interesting.
I
I know.
still agree with you,
I know. It's just interesting to me that.
except for Candemonium, and I don't know why.
So I'm
I
excited
don't
to
know
test
why.
that theory. So we'll have to do Skyrush. We'll have to close that down for a little bit, and then we'll also have to close down Candemonium and do some experimentation and see what's going on. Got to call Hershey up.
Definitely got to take a few runs on Wildcat too. I love Wildcat.
Yeah, I want to get back on Wildcat because I've heard there's so much hate on that ride now that the last time I rode it, I thought it was fine. I thought it was good, and now I want to retry it and be like, was I wrong or did I do something wrong or what? Because I liked it, so I'm curious to get
I
back on that.
really started to think. I've been thinking about this because this Wildcat thing bugs me that everybody's like hating on it because I don't understand where the hate comes from. And then I like kind of started realizing I think people are kind of subconsciously hating on Wildcat because they'd feel bad wanting Hershey to get an RMC hybrid if there wasn't a bad wooden coaster there. So it's like Wildcat's just the victim. It's almost like, well, if we have to sacrifice one, well, oh yeah, Wildcat's terrible. Like it's kind of almost like a convincing, like they're kind of convincing themselves because they want an RMC so bad that they're kind of convincing themselves that Wildcat's bad. I don't know. I just don't understand it. Usually, like with coasters, usually like Grizzly, there's a lot of people that hate Grizzly. I love Grizzly, but I understand what the people that hate it are saying. And usually I'm in that point of view. Like I can kind of see what the haters
You can
don't like
see
about it.
where they might get some bad rides and stuff. Yeah, and you can see why like their opinion might be
Right.
formed that like that.
And I can understand it. I disagree with their full opinion, but I understand where they're coming from. Wildcat, I don't I can't find where it's bad. I can't find where the roughness is. I just can't.
Another ride. So that's 3 rides right there. We gotta close down now. 3. Hear that, Hershey Park? We're coming. We mean business. All right. Well, that pretty much sums up this week's episode. I do have one more result or one more response from the poll because Timmy is kind of an honorary co-host. We've joked about that because he comes on every once in a while when Bob is unavailable. I saved his for last because he's kind of a host, so he's going to go after the host as well. So his poll is going to come in. So he's just talking about Magnum, and he says, I'm not really preferable to front or back row. I'll kind of ride a coaster wherever. But he says, I think that Magnum needs to be ridden in row 3. You can ride in other rows, and it'll be a good ride, but riding in row 3 makes it an excellent one. So that is the last response that we got.
That's not the first time I've heard that either.
Me neither. And I remember riding it in like somewhere close to row 3, and maybe it might even been row 3. And I didn't think Magnum was that great. It was all right. It wasn't.
Oh man, I love Magnum.
I didn't think it was
Ron
anything
Stewart,
special.
Container Hills, I love them.
Yeah, they were kind of painful for me, but I'll have to go back and try them.
I've heard this from multiple sources. Apparently, the trick is you really, really cinch your seatbelt down as tight as you can go, and then leave as much clearance in your lap bar as you can get. And apparently, that's a lot more comfortable. You don't
Death
have
by
that.
suffocation, then.
It's not. Well, really tight seatbelts. Once you start moving,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
know.
even know.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
So and that it really makes a lot of sense because the reason why people are in pain is because they're just slamming against the lap bar.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
All right, that is about it for this week's episode, though. We had a considerable amount of responses. Thank you guys all so much for responding. That was probably one of the largest audience turnouts we've got in a while, and that's great. We love that. So every time we get a weekly poll, that's what you can do. So we have one more weekly poll we have the weekly poll for next week to talk about now, and that's just quickly going to go over that. So basically, we have a tier list, 5 tiers, 5 coasters across, 5 coasters up, and what you do is you have $15 per se. You've probably seen something similar to this on Instagram with other pages, maybe in sports or other theme parks or other food places or something like that. Restaurants, maybe shops. You get $15 and you have the 5 tiers, and you have to go through each coaster and select which ones you think would add and create a complete lineup for a park that you were going to be building, pretty much. This can be, try to make it kind of what you have to do is you have to choose 5. So you have to choose 5 coasters that you think will fit into this lineup. You can't just pick like your 3 favorites. You have to be smart and kind of move your money around. And this one's $1, this one's $2, oh, this one's $5. Let's move it around. Let's make the best possible lineup with the money that you're given. And I'm not going to share those coasters with you. You're going to have to go to our social media pages. That way, you're kind of intrigued to go and see which ones we brought up, because I don't want to. And it's also a really long list, and I don't want to read all that off right now. I'll probably mess it up. So, thank you guys all so much for listening to this week's episode. Again, if you want to answer this week's weekly poll, go to coastertalkpodcast.com/poll. If you want to answer it on the social media pages, you can go to Twitter at coastertalk_pod, Facebook at coastertalkpod, Instagram at coastertalkpod. If you want to contact the show, you can do so by going to coastertalkpodcast.com/contact. If you want to check us out on YouTube, you can do so by searching Coaster Talk Podcast on YouTube. If you want to email either me or Bob with any comments, questions, or concerns, if you have any opinions that you want to argue with us about, do so by emailing james@koshertalkpodcast.com or bob@koshertalkpodcast.com. That was a fun episode, a lot longer than we expected, Bob. I'm sure.
Yeah, it did. Thanks to all the responses that we
Yeah,
got.
exactly. That really boosted up.
That lack of news.
Exactly. We went from like no news. So when we say the next half of the show, we really meant like the next like 6/8 of the show, pretty much, because we really spent a lot of time on this half. All right. Well, thank you guys all so much for listening, and we will see you guys all on next week's episode. God dang.
Yay.
That was a long ass. Sorry, guys. That was long. Whew. I'm like, I got school to choose 5 koshers that you think.
In the nick of time, you're breaking up with your dad.
All right, guys, we're gonna end the stream.
What's that?
I'm gonna end the stream. That might be causing some
All
issues.
right, see you guys next week.
See you guys. Bye. Yeah, I have a quiz tomorrow, so I had a test today. All right, I'll see you guys.